the prohibition against idolatry and sorcery, laws on how to appoint a king and how he ought to act as king, and guidelines for the creation of cities of refuge for the one who has killed someone accidentally. Finally, the rules of war are given, details of who is exempt from fighting in a war, the requirement to offer terms of peace before attacking a city, and the prohibition against cutting down certain trees when laying siege to an enemy city. Yeshua said, "If you believed Moshe, you would believe me, because he wrote about me." So let's dig a bit deeper to see if we can find Yeshua in the scriptures. Last time, we examined the difference between physical and spiritual blindness. We heard of the blind beggar man who, despite not having the use of his physical eyes, was able to re'eh Yeshua as the Anointed One. We contrasted his discernment to the spiritually blind Pharisees, who were unable to recognize the identity of Messiah. This week, we are going to hear the account of another man healed from physical blindness. But first, let's take a look at an interesting detail from the beginning of the parashah. We read, "You shall appoint judges and officers in all your gates, which Adonai your Elohim gives you. They shall judge the people with just judgment." This instruction provides us with an insight into the character of Yahweh. Just as Elohim is truth, he desires for us to walk in truthfulness and justice. We read in the book of Bamidbar, "Elohim is not a man that he should lie." And in the Proverbs, "Dishonest scales are an abomination to Adonai, but a just weight is his delight." And Yeshua told his taught ones, "Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be filled." Once in the promised land, the people were to appoint judges in all their gates. Gate in Hebrew is she'er, and can also mean door. I am reminded of when Yeshua said, "I am the door. If anyone enters by me, he will be saved, and will go in and out and find pasture." A gate in Hebrew thought represents judgment, as this is where the elders sat and made judgment over a matter. This gives us a shadow picture of things to come, explained more by Rabbi Shaul in a letter sent to the believers in Corinth. We must all appear before the judgment seat of Mashiach, that each one may receive the things done in the body, according to what he has done, whether good or bad. Yeshua, when speaking of himself, said, "My judgment is righteous, because I do not seek my own will, but the will of the Father who sent me." This is certainly good news, for I would want a righteous judge to weigh my works. Have you ever said something you wished you hadn't? Or watched something you knew was bad for you? Words and images come to us via our eyes, ears, and mouths. If we imagine our bodies as being like a city, then our eyes, ears, and mouths are our gates. We can sit and make the judgment as to what is allowed to enter in or enter out. If we dig a bit deeper into this idea, we can think of our bodies as being like the temple in the wilderness. At the center is the holy place where the presence of Yahweh dwells. And at the center of our bodies is the heart, the very place where we are to put the word of Elohim. David Hamelech wrote, "Your word have I hidden in my heart, that I might not sin against you." Rabbi Shaul understood this and encouraged believers to guard their temple when he wrote, "Do you not know that you are the temple of God, and that the Spirit of God dwells in you?" As we continue on in our study of the parashah, we read, "Adonai your Elohim will raise up for you a prophet like me from your midst, from your brethren. Him you shall shema." During the time of Yeshua's ministry, the children of Israel were still waiting for the prophet whom Moshe spoke about. Some even thought it was fulfilled in Yochanan the Immerser. Scribes had gone to him and had asked, "Are you Elijah? Are you the prophet?" But he had answered no. Indeed, Yochanan was not the prophet. His role was to call the people to repent, to prepare the way for Yeshua, of whom Yochanan said, "I am not even worthy to untie the strap of his sandal." After Philip had been called to follow Yeshua, he went and found Nathanael and told him, "We have found him of whom Moshe in the law, and also the prophets wrote about, Yeshua of Nazareth." And the response of the people who saw the sign of Yeshua miraculously feeding 5,000 men said, "This is truly the prophet who is come into the world." The life of Moshe creates a wonderful shadow picture of the Anointed One to come. The many similarities between Moshe and Yeshua help us to connect them together and to know that he is the Promised One. Let's hear just a few examples of them. Both were sent by Adonai. "I will send you to Pharaoh, that you may bring my people, the children of Israel, out of Mitzrayim." Yeshua said to them, "If Adonai were your father, you would love me, for I came from Adonai, and I am here. I came not of my own accord, but he sent me." Both were humble. Now the man Moshe was very humble, more than all men who were on the face of the earth. And being found in the appearance as a man, he humbled himself and became obedient to the point of death, even the death of the cross.